Welcome back to my Toal playthrough of Ys Origin. This is the third episode. And we are going to go face the first mini-boss. Which Toal actually has a completely different mini-boss that no one else has fought. And that is... Demon... Wait, no. I am Demon Toal. Grr. This is... Commander Galleon. Captain Galleon. I don't remember. Galleon. Whatever. I can't pronounce names. Galleon. Galleon. Whatever his name is. But he was, of course, the leader, one of the leaders. You know, the big head guy. He's the leader of the Holy Knights. He was one of the main leaders of the search party. And, yeah. And so, yeah. Not much else to say. Galleon. And that's gonna be a big thing, is why is your armor like that? And where's your sword? With anyone he comes across that he used to know. And so... yeah, he discarded everything about his past and followed Darklings. So discarding everything about his past, which means his armor and his sword. And the once prideful Holy Knight of Ys is now siding completely against it. And going against one of his former Holy Knight friends. So, yeah. Because this guy is completely new, first time I ever faced him, had a couple bits of problems with him. Oh, by the way, in between this the last episode and this episode, I did one extra level of grinding, and that was about it. So I'm one level higher than I was last episode. Just to make it a little bit easier. So yeah. Here we go. And, of course, as I traditionally do, Blue Lotus is going to tell us how to beat Galleon.
Galleon has 3 ways of attacking. First off, Galleon has a normal sword swing type attack for when you get too close to him. Secondly, he can shoot 2 bird-like blasts out at you if you are too far away. And finally, he has his shockwave ability that will travel along the floor of the arena towards the place you are standing when he launches the attack. After he reaches half health, you will also gain a boost mode ability where he will chase you around the arena swinging his sword all over the place, and if he catches up to you, he will automatically use his shockwave attack. Keep these moves in mind while fighting him and use your dash ability to dodge his attacks and to dash in and out of melee range of him, and this boss should be quite easy.
Thank you for that, Blue Lotus. Yeah. So as you can see, beat him on my first try after not playing him for a while. He's not that hard, but if you don't know what he can do, he could give you some trouble, but he is the first major boss you fight, so he won't be that hard. And obviously, you just got the dash ability not too long ago. In fact, we got it in the last episode, so you know, using that liberally won't hurt a thing. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what this was designed around, the fact that you have this ability. And that, my friends, is relatively okay game design. Now, Toal has to solve puzzles a lot more differently than than the other two characters did. At this point right now, in these two chests, or from the last boss fight, you would have gotten a stone mask. Or the Mask of Eyes. But we don't get that. Instead, we get the Claria Ring. So we had to get the stone mask in order, or the Mask of Eyes, in order to get the thing, Jiggerbob. I can't even think of it. The blue necklace, so we could get past that demon trap. How are we gonna get past that demon trap? Well, we'll find out this episode. And we're gonna get all the way to the boss fight. We're not gonna do the boss fight, but we're gonna get to the area, you know, the save point before the boss fight, because I go save point to save point in this game. And I'm just trying to get as much experience as possible and such. And here's where I tried to use the charged up boost. It didn't exactly work. So yeah. I love dashing around this Toal. So much fun. But, yeah, we have, it seems that the search party has grouped up, which is, you know, quite typical. Same thing happened in the story before. Now, as before, we do have the bronze key, so we can go through there. I think it's the bronze key. Oop. Yes, the bronze key. But we cannot find that hidden entrance because we don't have the Mask of Eyes. But these bats in this area are now glowing. They didn't do that before with the other characters. And I didn't want to go fight that bat there because, of course, if I did, I'd be transitioned to the next stage. Never a good idea. Because then all the bats would respawn. But if we kill these bats, eventually, there we go, we get this cutscene instead. And the energy of the demons has tipped the scales in his favor. Then he starts laughing a bunch. Boom! We now have obtained Toal's demon form, which, for all intents and purposes, is his boost mode. But a lot of things change. Before you just got like increased strength and increased defense while in boost mode. But Toal, not only does he get that, his abilities also change while in beast mode, and we'll see that with what happens soon. But make sure that I mean, we technically could use boost mode here, but we do need it for the next room as well. But I believe that jar there, over to the right, will allow us to get a boost, a full boost. But that doesn't really matter. Here, activate boost. And you can't really see it because it's purple. But if you look at my boost, the trail of my boost, it'll have purple flames coming up. And so not only will I do damage going through people, but it will also leave a flame trail behind while I'm dashing, and so it'll do even more damage. That's always good. And we have moved over to this corner, and so... to the center. But who's this? It's Unica. Sup, Unica? Oh, I'm just kind of a demon. Hence my name. Unicatova. And we get this whole thing about... And the thing is, Toal just kind of, he doesn't lie, but he doesn't tell the truth here. And, yeah. We'll see. Says you ask Galleon about me. The commander. As for your father, he's dead. Way to be subtle. Toal. Way to be subtle. Lost his life in a duel. And Toal won't even say... And like... Toal knows it wasn't him. But he just kind of causes Unica just, like, trouble. And then for some reason, I just kind of appear as two Toals over in the right-hand corner, if you did not see. I thought that was kind of interesting. Because that's where I ended up before the cutscene happened. But, Toal just kind of comes out of nowhere. I also like that Unica has the green ability that she would have had by now if we were playing as her. They don't keep the same kind of... they don't keep the same kind of thing when we see Hugo later. Because for some reason Hugo has all three of his abilities when we see him in a little bit. We won't see him this episode. But when we see him later, he'll have all three of abilities when we still only have the green ability. And I think that's a little bit unfair. But, yeah. Moving onward. As I said, we're going from checkpoint to checkpoint. These guys are really annoying because they will block your attacks if their shield is being held up. But, because we are Toal, we can dash from one side to another. And so we can get to their back while they're shielding themselves, and, you know. And fall off ledges and stuff. One thing I do like about Toal's dash ability is that he can dash through projectiles, which I used a bit in the Galleon fight. I dashed through a couple of those birds a couple times. Those bird-like blasts. But, it's quite useful if you're good enough with him. Now we acquired the boots. So we can apply them. Now, the Claria ring that we got in place of the Mask of Eyes, almost fell off there, gives us 3 strength and -3 defense. And so it makes us even stronger and even squishier. I don't really like this item that much, but it gives us extra strength, and that's... As long as you're good, you shouldn't have that too much of a problem with all this. And I decided, why waste time when these guys are just going to respawn? So I can just come here and do this. Acquire the Beast Medallion. And of course, if you watch my other 2 playthroughs, this is a trap. It's kind of obvious it's a trap. But, you know. Even Demon Toal is subject to this trap. Now you can really see the pillars of flame come up behind me as I dash around. Also, he doesn't get much, like, stronger, like his attacks don't do more, but he can swipe a lot faster. Also, his eyes have this cool little thing to him. But he attacks a lot faster, and that's always good. And it can basically stun lock enemies if you're good, if they don't shield themselves. With those past enemies, you know, they shielded themselves and all that junk. So you couldn't stun lock them as well. But yeah. here we go. Demon Toal is really fun to play as, especially when you get the other abilities. And Toal himself is really fun to play as. He's just so... He's fast, he's fun, he's Toal. And if you're a League of Legends player that was around before Dominion came out, you probably understand that reference. If not, sorry for you. But Demon Toal and regular Toal, really fun to play as. I can't stress that enough. And I also can't stress enough how beautiful this music is. That's right, I went there. I don't care. And so yeah. But Toal is basically this game's hard mode without changing the difficulty. It's a lot harder to play as than the other two characters. But if you're skillful enough with him, it's not that hard. He opens up a lot more doors that the other characters did not. Also, I think he'd probably be the best character for speedruns because of this ability. With the dashing. That is, if there are even speedruns for this game, I don't know. There's speedruns for like every game, so there probably is. But I don't pay enough attention to like if there's even a speedrunning like community or something. I don't even know. I'm not that much into speedruns. I know they exist though, so you know, that's a good thing. But here is the door before the first actual boss, not mini-boss. And we're going to strengthen the demonic element and buff up our leggings. And next episode, we're gonna fight the boss of Wailing Blue. See you then.